So I'm out here for the sunrise. I just wanted to record this because it's just too funny right now. This is not every morning is super peaceful and paradise for me out here. So I kind of wanted to show the other side. So I'm paddling out shore back there. I look left. You can't really see it on the GoPro, but there's a giant cruise ship over there at the other beach, at La Palma Beach, making all kinds of noise. They have like generators running and I don't know what it is, like pumps running maybe, who knows. But I got here early, it was still dark, and it's making a whole whack of noise and polluting the Gulf with who knows what. Like, we know the story behind ships and stuff like that. So I look left, I see a ship. I look right, I see this guy here. Again, I don't know if you can see it on the GoPro, but he's there reeling up his net, his illegally placed 200-meter long net in the protected waters of the Gulf. And I look back, and there's a car on the beach, possibly leaking oil or who knows what else, right on the beach. So, left, cruise ship, right, illegal net, look back, car on the beach. This is the struggle that I have with humans in this world. And yeah, not every morning is pristine, perfect. I mean, I guess this is also perfect in its weird, demented ways. I don't know. Wow, what a cool morning this was. So it started with being bothered by that ship and the guy with the net and the car right on the beach. But I paddled out. I was out 2 kilometers today, and just a little bit ahead of me, looking in the other direction. So I saw it go back under, and I was like, oh no, I missed it. But I paddled towards where I saw it go under, and it was still lingering just under the surface. A massive sea turtle. What an amazing gift this morning to see that beautiful, beautiful creation. Just, it was right under the surface, swimming along, and it was huge. It was, I didn't rush to get the GoPro or anything like that. I just took it in, just embraced the moment, and looked at this beautiful, magnificent creature. Just so blessed. I've seen quite a few turtles out here, but that one, probably the biggest one that I've seen out here. It was incredible. What an incredible moment that was. And I just sat on my board after that and breathed a little bit. And I'm gonna be honest, sometimes it's hard for me to stay positive and have good spirits towards humanity. You know, and this morning with the ship and the net and all this stuff, this is what makes it especially hard. And sometimes in my mind, I go into that kind of bitterness towards our species for what we are doing to this earth. And you know, what I see here on the Gulf is like a very small drop in the bucket compared to what goes on in this world. So I guess I'm fortunate in that I don't have to see such extreme levels of destruction and things like that. But it's still hard to stay out of that in my mind, and to stay compassionate and stay in a loving space towards humanity. But I do pull myself back there, even though sometimes I go through these other moments. I come back to a positive space. I do. And I want to share a story. You know, sometimes it's hard to not view humans as being a blight on this planet, but when I do start to feel that, I remind myself of this story. There was an indigenous tribe in Africa, I forget exactly where, but they were a primitive tribe. They lived off the land, and they occupied this section of forest in Africa along a river. And one day, the government head of this specific country in Africa, where was it? Yeah, I forget what it was, where it was. Anyways, so one day, the government said, okay, we're going to turn this into a national park. So there's to be no occupants here. You guys got to hit the trails. You guys got to go. So the indigenous got pushed out of this area, and it was turned into a protected national park. Now, after a few years of no humans living there, just the protection, the protected park, the riverbank started to erode, the trees weren't as healthy, species started to leave the area. It got worse without humans there. So the indigenous humans that lived there actually kept everything healthy. They were part of the cycle there. They were part of it, part of nature. You know, and that story shows you that humans are indeed a part of nature. We don't have to cause destruction. So it all depends on what we're doing. And here in this area in Africa, humans worked in harmony with nature. And so the riverbanks were healthy, species were flourishing. Once the humans were removed, it changed. So it shows you that humans are indeed a part of this natural system. It's just the industry that's not part of it. That's where we've kind of got separate from nature, in my humble opinion. And, you know, I have to remind myself from time to time to be forgiving of humanity for this, because I myself am still using products from the Industrial Revolution, from industry. Hell, I'm recording this video using a camera that is derived from industry and things like that. So, I mean, I'm also still a part of it and contributing to the system. And that's where I struggle with. I have a hard time balancing that, because I so don't want to be a part of it, but at the same time, it's like, it's hard to live on this earth anymore without being a part of it. So it's a very interesting position and situation that we've created here. And that's why I have to bring myself back to forgiveness and acceptance. Yeah, sometimes what we do isn't the prettiest or the best for the earth, but we're a part of it, and obviously we're doing it for a reason. Everything is happening for a divine purpose. Who knows what it is? Sometimes it's really hard to... Oh, a little pelican here. Sometimes it's hard to imagine that what we're doing here is for a divine purpose, but it is. We are a manifestation of creation, of God, of the universe, and so we all have a right to do what we want to do, express ourselves how we want on this earth while we're here. And that's where acceptance comes in, you know. And yeah, wanted to share that just because it wasn't a really easy morning. When I come out here on the beach and I see that kind of thing first thing in the morning, that's when it gets hard for me out here. I don't know what it is. It seems like the older I get, the more intolerant I'm getting to just stupidity of the world, like pollution and people just being complacent with how they treat the earth. And I feel like I'm becoming a yard bird, one of those old men that are yelling, "Hey, get off my lawn." And I don't want to be that. It just, I don't know, maybe it's something that comes from getting older. I honestly don't know. And I surprise myself with sometimes with how much I get bothered by certain things. But yeah, it's part of it. You know, I the main thing is I bring myself back to a loving, peaceful space and accepting what is and trusting that everything is for a divine purpose. And that's all I can do is just trust and accept and that we're all doing the right thing, we're all finding our way and it's all good. Everything's good. And come back again to a space of love for all that is. On that note, peace. Love you guys. See you on the next adventure.